Hello friends, how's you? I hope all are fine and healthy. So let's start today's video. It means we are discussing today 15th and 16th of Jan 2021. Very important and the most important current affair. So guys, welcome to Affairs Cloud Learn to Lead. You can see here the two best images of the day. But today we will discuss 10 to 11. Very important and the most important current affair. So watch the video till last. But before proceeding, I just want to say that please like this video. Please like this video and please subscribe our channel. We want 700 plus likes. So this is our motivation. And guys, I just want to tell you that you can subscribe our 2021 plans of current affair plans only from application. Application name is Careers Cloud and downloading link of this application is given under the description box. If you can't find in the Google Play Store, the name of the app is Careers Cloud. If you can't find, then you can directly go to the description box of this video, and under the description box there is a link of application of Affairs Cloud. That's name is Careers Cloud. You can subscribe 2021 plan. There are three options. You can subscribe for 6 months, you can subscribe for 1 year, you can even subscribe for 2 years. And these are the very important current affairs, because in the current affairs section PDFs, we are providing you daily PDFs. In the daily PDF section, we are providing you two type of PDFs. One is theoretical current affairs. Second is the question and answer format of current affairs of particular day. Next is weekly PDF, very important because all the current affair arranged according to the week wise. Next is the weekly test, very important to evaluate yourself so that you can revise and retain the current affairs for long time period. Next is the monthly PDF, and it is the most important section because we are providing you the current affair according to your need. It means first PDF, that is known as study PDF, all the theoretical current affairs will be provided to you in this PDF. Next is question and answer PDF. It means all the theoretical current affairs will be converted into question and answer format so that you can revise and retain for long time period. Next is pocket PDF. As the name suggests that this PDF you can carry in your pocket. It means you can revise the current affair very quickly before your exam. Next is banking, finance and economy PDF, especially for those aspirants who are preparing for banking exams like RBI, like SBI, like IBPS or any type of the insurance exam. Next is top 100 current affairs. It means top 100 current affairs of particular month will be provided to you in the form of question and answer, because you can revise very easily in the question and answer format. So guys, these all things comes under one subscription, and every month we are providing you every type of the PDF which I already discussed. So the cost of this subscription is very minimal, and on that minimal amount we are providing you 10% extra discount. How you will get this 10% extra discount? If you use this code H10, then you will get definitely 10% extra discount. So let's start today's video, that is 15th and 16th of Jan 2021. But before that, you have to like this video, you have to share this video, and you have to subscribe our channel, because you know we have a fixed target, that is 700 plus likes. So let's start today's first section, that is the most important question section, and we will discuss three most important questions. And here is our first question. What is the rank of India in Henley's Passport Index 2021? And it is the world most powerful passport index of 2021. So what is the rank of India in Henley's Passport Index, and which country topped in the Henley Passport Index? That is Japan. So remember, the country is Japan, and rank of India is 85th rank, and India's visa free score is 58. It means Indian passport holders can travel to foreign countries without any prior visa, and these countries are 58. But if we are talking about Japan visa free number is 191. It means Japan passport holder citizens can visit 191 countries before any prior visa. So remember, India's visa free score is 58, and India's rank is 85th rank under the Henley's Passport Index. Now you can see here, India's rank is 85th and the visa free score is 58. Visa free score means India's passport holders get visit 58 countries without a prior visa. It means India shared this rank with Tajikistan. You have to remember this. This question can be asked. India shared this 85th rank with the Tajikistan, but India lowered by one rank if we are comparing with the 2020. It means in 2020, India held 84th position. This index was topped by Japan. I already covered that the visa free score is 191. And the last country is Afghanistan. Remember, Afghanistan's rank is 110th and India's rank is 85th. So much difference. So Afghanistan rank is 110th and Afghanistan score is 26. And you have to remember, under the terrorism index, Afghanistan topped. You have to remember this. The current ranking do not account the temporary restriction because it is in varying in nature. Every country has different conditions, so that's why they didn't take any temporary restrictions which were implemented due to COVID-19. And guys, remember recent news related to the indexes like Global Corruption Barometer Asia 2020, and India topped in the bribery rate by 39% in Asia. In Asia, the top most corrupt barometer index, India topped in this index, remember. And according to IFCN, Dairy Processors Report 2020 by Biennial Report, Amul, that is Anand Milk Union Limited of Gujarat, emerged as the 8th largest milk processor globally in the list of top 20. Remember, Amul ranked 8th in the top dairy processors report. And you can also remember Japan is on the first, second rank goes to the Singapore, 190 countries visa free score, and third rank is Germany and South Korea. But you have to remember first two ranks that are important, and India's rank is most important. This question will be asked 99%. Now we are moving to next question. What is the name of India's first indigenous machine pistol recently developed by Defense Research and Development Organization and Indian Army? It means India will replace their traditional imported machine pistol. Now India will use this indigenously developed machine pistol, and it is the first time that India is developing indigenous machine pistol, and it is developed by the DRDO and Indian Army. And name of this machine pistol is ASMI. Remember, name of this machine pistol is ASMI. ASMI means pride. You can remember, ASMI means pride, self-respect, and also it means hard work. Remember this. You can remember this name ASMI. It is very important. You can see here India's first indigenously 9mm machine pistol named ASMI, and its range is 100 meters. Remember, its range is 100 meter. And you have to remember this line is exclusively covered by Affairs Cloud, that this is developed by young officer Lieutenant Colonel Prashad Bansod. Remember this, Lieutenant Governor Prashad Bansod. This question can become, and from the infantry school Mohau in a record time of 4 months. It means within 4 months this person developed this kind of the pistol. And recent related news about the Indian Army or the other defense forces, that Bank of Baroda to offer special customized bank services through Baroda military salary package. So it is very important that Bank of Baroda is providing military salary package. And remember, as a part of recognition of Army headquarters, there are two new posts which is created by Defense Ministry. One is known as Deputy Chief of Military Operation and Strategic Planning. Second is known as Director General of Information Warfare. And who is appointed as Deputy Chief of Military Operation and Strategic Planning? That is Lieutenant Paramjit Singh. So remember, Lieutenant Paramjit Singh is appointed as Deputy Chief of the Military Operations and Strategic Planning. Now we are moving to next question. Indian Armed Forces annually celebrates the Veterans Day on dash to recognize the contribution of the veterans of the Indian Armed Forces. Most important question, or you can mark under the very important section, because this day is basically celebrated to recognize the contribution of the veterans of the Indian Armed Forces. And this time it is the 5th Veteran Day which is celebrated by the Indian Armed Forces. And answer of this question is 14th of January. Why 14th of January is celebrated as the Veterans Day by the Indian Armed Forces? Because on the same day, that is 14th of Jan, in 1953, K.M. Kariappa, the first Commander-in-Chief of Indian Armed Forces, who retired from the services on same day. So remember, and Admiral Karambir Singh released the Swarnim Vijay Varsh song on this day, because in 1971 we won the war against Pakistan, and Bangladesh become independent in 1971. But remember, from 1971 to 2021 we covered 50 years, so that's why it is Swarnim Vijay Varsh song, and it is released by Admiral Karambir Singh. So it is 14th of Jan. And remember, 12th Jan is celebrated as the National Youth Day, and it is celebrated with the memories of Swami Vivekanand, because Swami Vivekanand was born on 12th of Jan 1863 in West Bengal. Remember, and International Youth Day is celebrated on 12th of August. So remember, 14th of Jan. So 14th of Jan, 5th Armed Forces Day, Veterans Day. You can see here, this day is a 5th Veteran Day celebrated by the Indian Armed Forces, and it is on the day of Field Marshal K.M. Kariappa retired on 14th Jan 1953, remember, and he is the first Commander-in-Chief of Indian Armed Forces. This question comes under the Static GK. And remember, Admiral Karambir Singh released this Swarnim Vijay Varsh song, and this song is basically written by Kumar Vishwas, composed by Chris Powell, and sung by Rumi. And very important line, you can mark under very important this line, because two magazines are released, one by Indian Army, second is by Air Force. Indian Army released Sammam and Indian Air Force released magazine named Vayu Samvedna. So two magazines are released. So this is very important question, guys. You have to remember this, that Indian Air Force released Vayu means air. So Air Force released Vayu Samvedna and Indian Army released Sammam. So there is no confusion because there is a word Vayu Air Force. So you can remember this. Now we are moving to next question, and most important questions are covered. Now we are moving to very important question section. So CARE Rating has downgraded its projection of the centre's fiscal deficit to percentage of GDP during financial year 21 against its earlier estimate of 9 to 9.5%. It means the India's credit rating agency, that is known as CARE, basically downgraded India's fiscal deficit. Earlier, they projected 9 to 9.5% fiscal deficit. What is fiscal deficit? That is difference between the total revenue and the total expenditure. It means this much is deficit and we have to borrow this much of amount. Earlier, they basically predicted 9 to 9.5% deficit. It means gap between the total revenue and the expenditure. But now they are predicting very less. They are predicting 7.8%. It means they downgraded fiscal deficit, and it is very good news because India is now developing country and so much development is going on and so much investment is also going on. So that's why 7.8%. You can see here, CARE Rating lowers centre's fiscal deficit projected by 7.8% of GDP. So you have to remember this, 7.8% by the CARE. Or what is the CARE? Credit Analysis and Research Limited. So remember, RE stands for research. Now we are moving to next question. Jyoti Ratas, Prime Minister of which country and the leader of the Centre Party, resigned following the party's corruption allegation? So this person, as a Prime Minister of which country, resigned due to the corruption allegation, and the name of this person is Jyoti Ratas. And answer of this question is Estonia. So remember, Jyoti Ratas was the Prime Minister of which country? Estonia, but he resigns due to corruption allegation. You can see here the picture of the Jyoti Ratas, and he was the former Prime Minister of which country? Estonia. And you can see here the Estonia is here, but is the capital Tallinn. So remember, capital is Tallinn and president is Kersti Kaljulaid. And president of Estonia has nominated now Kaja Kallas. And remember, the Kaja Kallas is a woman, and she is the leader of the opposition Centre-Right Forum Party as a candidate for the next Prime Minister of Estonia. And if she won the election of next Prime Minister of Estonia, then she will become the first female Prime Minister if she won the next government election. Remember, we will definitely cover this question when election will took place. So remember this, Kaja Kallas will become the first female Prime Minister if we won the elections of Estonia. And guys, remember one most important question here of GK, that there is a country Finland. You can remember the capital, that is Helsinki, and you can remember here is a country Estonia, and between Finland and Estonia there is a Gulf of Finland. So examiner can ask that between Gulf of Finland divides which countries, that is Finland and Estonia. You have to remember this. Now we are moving to next question. Who will head the expert committee recently formulated by Insurance Regulatory Development Authority of India to improve health insurance in India? It is very important. You can see in the COVID-19 that poor health in India, and there is a need of health insurance because so much poverty in India. According to NCRT data, India is 21.9% poverty driven country. It means out of total population, 21.9% population is in poverty. This is NCRT data. So that's why IRDA want to improve this health insurance facility in India so that everyone can approach the health insurance. So this committee will be headed by the chairman of IRDAI, and Insurance Regulatory Development Authority of India chairman is Dr. Subhash Kumar Khuntia, and this organization was formed in 1999. Remember, and Ajay Tyagi is a chairman of which organization? SEBI. Remember, Securities Exchange Board of India. And MM Kuti, who is MM Kuti? MM Kuti is the first chairperson of which commission? Air Quality Management. Remember. Window. Next question, you can see here IRDA expert committee of doctors and scientists to suggest ways to improve the health insurance in India. Nothing important, just remember the question as same as its slide. Move to next question. Who will chair the 6-member working group which was formulated by the RBI to study all aspects of digital lending activities? So it is very important because in today's time maximum people are lending money from the digital medium. That's why there is a less security and even there is a more NPA, because in the digital system you can upload the wrong documents, and even the digital system you can get the loan very easily. So that's why there is a need of security in the digital lending activity. So RBI formed a 6-member working group, and who will lead this group? So in the option I am giving you hint, who is not the deputy governor in the option is the answer of this question. So Mahesh Kumar Jain is one of the deputy governor, so it is not the answer. Bibu Prasad Kango is one of the deputy governor, not the answer. M Rajeshwar Rao recently in October appointed, so he is also deputy governor, so not answer. So answer is only one option, that is Jayant Kumar Das. So remember, he is currently the executive director of RBI, and Jayant Kumar Das will become the chairman of this 6-member working group who will formulate the policy for the digital lending activities. And one deputy governor left, that is Michelle Debapatra. So remember this. So you can see here this working group to examine lending transactions via online portals, apps or other medium. You can see here what will they recall, that identify risk posed by the unregulated digital lendings, that is like private companies. Suggest regulatory changes to promote orderly growth of the digital lending so that maximum to maximum security can be enhanced. Recommend measures for expansion of specific regulatory, it means some regulatory body can be appointed. Recommend a robust fair practices code for digital lending players so that maximum to maximum company can focus on the fair practices. Suggest measure for enhanced consumer protection, because lot of data is going to private company. If anyone is lending money or borrowing money from the app or the online method, then maximum of the data goes to private company. So there is a need of data privacy and data security. So this working group will also recommend the data privacy and data security measure. So just remember, it is by RBI, and who is the currently chairman of this working group? That is Jayant Kumar Das. So remember this. Moving to next question. Who introduced its new flagship initiative, liberalized MSME AEO package scheme to ease out the difficulties caused by COVID-19 pandemic to the MSMEs? And this is basically a package for those companies who are basically exporting some items, who are importing some items, and this package will definitely provide some benefit to the MSMEs. And this time this organization is Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Custom. Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Custom, because I already gave you hint that this is related to the export and import. That's why there is a word custom. So answer is very simple, Central Board of Indirect Tax and Custom. You can see here Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Custom introduced flagship program, that is MSMEs AEO package, but it is a voluntary scheme. It means if you want to enroll, then it is your choice. Voluntary compliance program, and AEO stands for Authorized Economic Operations, providing various benefits including faster custom clearance. It means if you are exporting and importing, then there will be a faster custom clearance. But there are two conditions. The MSME should have filed minimum 10 custom clearance documents in 1 year. It means 10 custom clearance documents should be submitted within 1 year, and MSME should have maintained a clean compliance record for over 2 years. It means there will be no fraud within 2 years. It means clean compliance record within 2 years. So if the MSME fulfill these two conditions, then this AEO status, that is Authorized Economic Operation status, will be provided within 15 days from online submission by the MSME. So what will be the benefit of this authorized economic operation? The direct port delivery for imported container, no biased, it means only direct port delivery. Next, direct port entry of the export containers, very good. Reduced cargo release time, otherwise there is a normal 5 to 6 days, but reduced cargo release time, it means it will just take 1 or 2 days. Exemption on bank guarantees, this is again important because there is a no collateral, and these companies now due to COVID-19 has not so much form of collateral, so they can take or they can use the money of the bank without any guarantee. So remember about CBIC, that is Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs, who is the chairperson, M. Ajit Kumar. This is most important, guys. You have to remember this, M. Ajit Kumar. Moving to next question. Cabinet approved procurement of 83 light combat aircraft Tejas from which company? This is again very important question because Defense Ministry or Indian Air Force will procure 83 LCA. Earlier this agreement was under observation, but now the cabinet committee, which is headed by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, approved this 83 LCA From which company? This is from Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. Remember, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. You can see here, cabinet approved procurement of 83 light combat aircraft Tejas from the HAL for Indian Air Force. And remember, out of 83, 73 are fighter jets and 10 are the trainer jets. You can remember here. You can see here also. 10 LCA Tejas Mk1 trainer aircrafts and 73 are the fighter aircrafts. And total procurement cost is 45,696 crore. And it is manufactured by Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. But you have to remember this line or this segment also, because earlier, United Arab Emirates and Indian government signed a MOU for the scientific and technical cooperation. Now, Cabinet Committee headed by Prime Minister Narendra Modi approved this MOU. So, remember this. It is scientific and technical cooperation between Ministry of Earth Sciences, that is Dr. Harshvardhan, and the National Center of Meteorology of the United Arab Emirates. So, just remember, UAE and India signed MOU for scientific and technical cooperation. Now, we are moving to next question. D. Prakash Rao, a Padma Shri awardee, passed away. He was renowned. So remember, this person is very famous because Narendra Modi ji, during his radio address, Man Ki Baat, highlighted this person. So that's why it is very important. So he was a renowned social worker. He was recognized. To provide free education to kids from slums. That's why this person is important. Social worker. So remember this. And he was awarded as Padma Shri in 2009. Remember this. Now we are moving to next question, but you can see the picture here. Next section is the important question section, and here is the question. Which company will take over 120 megawatt Ranjit 4 hydroelectric project of Jal Power Corporation Limited in Sikkim? It means now this company will take over this project, but you have to remember this Ranjit 4 hydroelectric project is in Sikkim, and it is constructed by Jal Power Corporation Limited, but now it will be taken over by NHPC. Remember, National Hydroelectric Power Corporation. National Hydroelectric Power Corporation. You can see here, NHPC signs definitive agreement for implementation of approved resolution plan for takeover of 120 megawatt Ranjit 4 hydroelectric project of JPCL in Sikkim. Just remember, it is in Sikkim. You can also see here, the finance will be provided by Power Finance Corporation Limited and Punjab National Bank. This is important. Punjab National Bank will provide some finance to this project, and total outlay of this project is 943 crore rupees. And earlier, JPCL is the second company, and earlier Lanco Teesta hydroelectric power project is acquired by NHPC, but now JPCL is the second company which is acquired by the NHPC through National Company Law Tribunal. You can remember this also. What about NHPC? NHPC is one of the Mini Ratna, and who is the chairman and managing director? Abhay Kumar Singh. Headquarter is in Faridabad, Haryana. Headquarter is important, guys. You have to remember this. And the examiner can ask which of the following is not a Maharatna. So remember, NHPC is a Mini Ratna. Now, there is a turn because there is a no one-liner question, because we covered all the current affairs in the format of question and answer. That's why there is a no one-liner question. So now today is a turn of the answer of 14th of Jan 2021. You can see here what was the question. The minimum age limit for membership of the Vidhan Parishad is. So it was the SSC CGL 2016 question. Vidhan Parishad means Legislative Council. I am talking about Legislative Council, not the Legislative Assembly. So if you remember that Legislative Assembly is same as Lok Sabha and Legislative Council is same as Rajya Sabha. If you know about the Lok Sabha minimum age, that is 25, it means Legislative Assembly is 25. If you know about Rajya Sabha minimum age is 30 and Legislative Council age is also 30. Remember, what is the minimum age of President? President minimum age is 35. Vice President minimum, many student don't know about the minimum age of Vice President. Vice President minimum age is also 35, because maximum student confuse about this, because Vice President is ex officio chairman of Rajya Sabha. That's why they tick the option 30. But 30 is wrong, guys. Vice President minimum age is also 35. Governor minimum age is also 35. So remember this. So we are talking about Legislative Council. So it means Legislative Council minimum age is 30. So answer should be C. So remember, answer is C. So now we are moving to question of the day, and question of the day again CGL 2016, because we are covering the old questions now. Who is known as the father of the Indian civil services? So guys, tell me answer within comment box. So I am just requesting you that you have to answer only in the comment box, because I am evaluating your performance. So very simple question and very famous question, that who is known as father of Indian civil services. And guys, if you like this video, please help us to achieve our target, that you have to provide us 700 plus likes, and please subscribe our channel so that it will motivate us, and please press the bell button so that we can even you can receive the notification on time. And it is Affairs Cloud promise that it will boost your confidence in the general awareness section definitely. And if you are reading the current affairs from our PDFs, and if you are watching the videos daily, then it means your current affairs section will definitely go strong, because 90% of the current affairs which are coming in your exams are covered by Affairs Cloud. This is the genuinity of the Affairs Cloud. This is the trustworthiness of the Affairs Cloud. So remember this. And guys, remember, if you want to subscribe 2021 plan, then you have to download our app name is Careers Cloud. And if you can't find in the app in the Google Play Store, then you can go to the description box. We put a link of our application, then you can download from that link also. So guys, thank you for watching this video. Don't take life so much seriously. Life is fun, and always be happy, because happiness is the key of your success. And I wish you will definitely achieve your target in this year of 2021. Thank you guys again. Take care. Bye bye.